Hey, so today is the start of NFL Week 2. I really should have done a video for Week 1, just really talking about a lot of the games coming up, a lot of the storylines. I'm sad that I missed it, but I don't want to miss it for any of the other weeks. Just because I missed Week 1, I don't want to screw myself out of the rest of the season. So I've got the games written down on this napkin. I've got my picks. So let's get started. So first off is the Bolts and the Chiefs, Thursday Night Football. I have the Chiefs winning this game, but I'm not super confident about it. No offense to them. I mean, I saw what they did last week to the Cardinals. They fucking rolled. But it's a short week and a divisional game, and I feel like that is a mix for just anything to happen. I'm still going to pick them to win, but I would not be surprised if the Chargers just showed up and showed out. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really close game. But I have the Chiefs winning maybe like 24-20, 27-24, something kind of like that. Next up, we've got the Pats and the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I have the Steelers winning. This is another one I don't feel as confident about, but that's just because I really don't know how good either of these teams are. The Steelers won last week against a Bengals team that went from Cinderella to just turning back into the pumpkin. And even then, it was just a weird, fluky game. And TJ Watt is going to be out. He's not out for the season, which I'm not a Steelers fan, but I'm happy about that because I don't want to see a dude get hurt, especially not someone just of his caliber. I want him to be able to play. I want teams to always be at their best. The Patriots right now, though, it's like their offense seems like it's a complete mess. Mac Jones might not be playing. I heard today he's out because of a sickness, at least for practice. I don't know if he'll be able to play. I don't know how good he'll look. I think the Steelers defense probably gets it done. If I had to pick a score, let's say 17-10, something like that. Next up, we have the Panthers and the Giants. So here on my napkin, which I don't know how well you can see it, I have the Panthers winning. But honestly, as I was kind of driving up to my spot, I changed my mind. What it really comes down to is I think I trust Brian Daboll more than I trust Matt Rule. Now, granted, his decision last week, this is Daboll, by the way, his decision last week to go for 2 at the end, it's one of those decisions where if you pull it off, which they did, you look like a genius. And if you don't, you look like the idiot who got too aggressive, especially in his first game, and ultimately lost. To me, regardless of if it worked or if it didn't, it shows confidence in his team. It's not just blind aggression. Now, we'll kind of see how it goes throughout the season, but at least from one game, it looked like, hey, I believe in my guys. I believe we can win this right now, and I want them to play with that kind of confidence. I want them to know that their coach has their back. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I love seeing shit like that. I would trust Baker more than I would trust Danny Dimes overall. But given what happened last week and also that he was the play caller for Buffalo's offense last year, I trust Daboll more than I trust Matt Rule. This is kind of a coin flip for me. Like I said, I was leaning Panthers earlier. Now I'm leaning more Giants. I'll say Giants 20-13. What you got next? Next is the Jets and the Browns. Sorry. Okay, so the reason I'm laughing is I think it was yesterday the Browns unveiled what's going to be at their 50-yard line, and it's Brownie the Elf, which apparently is like a really old mascot for the team. It's something that the fans voted on. So it sounds like for the people of Cleveland and Browns fans, this is amazing. This is a great throwback. For someone like me who was not a Browns fan, a complete outsider, it looks like the goofiest shit imaginable. And I think it's hilarious. I can't wait to watch the Browns on television and just see fucking, what was his name? Like Herbie or Kirby from Rudolph. Just with this just mean mugging and trying to stiff arm people. I can't take it seriously. But, I mean, I can't take the Jets seriously either. I think the Browns win, like, I'll say like 27-10. I don't think the Jets are that good of a team. I don't know what their schedule is. I haven't looked at it. I have no idea how many games the Jets are going to win this year. I don't want to be the guy who roots for 0-16, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see an 0-16 season. And I feel like the Jets are the biggest favorite to pull that off. Next, we have the Colts and the Jags. I have Jacksonville winning. I think the Colts are probably the better team, but it's what, like 5-6 seasons in a row they can't win a game in Jacksonville. Matt Ryan is their new quarterback. I don't know what to think of Matt Ryan. Like, he's a good player, but he takes way too many sacks. He holds the ball for way too long. He has choked in a lot of games. And, I mean, we'll talk about the Saints and Falcons a little later. The Falcons choked again last week. It's not just a Ryan thing. It's not just a Dan Quinn thing. It is something integral to that culture. We'll see going forward how much of that is also on Matt Ryan as the Colts season progresses. But you know what? The Colts couldn't get it done in Jacksonville last year. It's been a recurring thing. I'm just going to say, you know what? They don't get it done today or this week either. Jacksonville wins. If I had to pick a score, 28-25. Not really sure how they would get 25, but let's say 28-25. Dolphins-Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens because the Ravens are mostly healthy. I think they lost someone else again. But for the most part, like last year, Ravens were a very good competitive team that just could not close out games because they were missing almost the entire fucking team. Now that the team is healthy, I think they get it done. Dolphins got a good win last week, but the Patriots just can't win in Miami, so it may have been more of that than the Dolphins being actually good. We'll see. I hope that Tua does well. You know, I try to root for people. I don't want to see people be bad unless they're a complete asshole, and it doesn't seem like Tua's that. Let's say Ravens win 27-17. After that, Bucs and Saints. Have to wear my bias. I'm not wearing my Saints shirt, but I am a passionate Saints fan, so of course I have the Saints winning. Sorry, brain turned off for a second, but like I said, I have the Saints winning because I am a passionate Saints fan. Michael Thomas is back. I really, really hope the Saints team that showed up in the fourth quarter in Atlanta is the team we get the entire way through, because the one we saw for the first 3 quarters did not look good. If that team shows up against the Bucs win. If the fourth quarter Saints team shows up, the Saints win. I'm going to say Saints like 31-24. Next is the Commies and the Lions. I'm going to just say, fuck it, man. I'm going to pick the Lions. I'm going to pick the Lions every week. I don't care who they're playing. I don't care how bad, or like just, I don't care how bad the situation is. I'm just going to pick them every week. They are the scrappy underdog. They are going to make you fight and work for everything you get. They put up 35 against the Eagles. I don't know if that says more about the Lions or if it about, or I don't know if that's a better reflection on the Lions offense or the Eagles defense. But I've just got a feeling about the Lions. I don't know how much they're going to win this year. I don't know how good they're going to be, but they're going to make every team fight for a win, and I'm going to pick them every week, and eventually I'm going to be right. So let's say 24-18. Seahawks 49ers. To me, this is going to be the big Trey Lance game. I'm not saying that he's going to go off, but this is going to be a big game in determining how good he is. Last week, he stunk up the joint, but it was also a shitty game in Soldier Field, and I feel like you really can't judge him on this. This will not be a shitty game in Soldier Field. I do think the 49ers are going to win, because I think the Seahawks are going to come down to earth. I think Monday, it was a big game, a lot of emotions, and I feel like they were able to channel that and get the victory, and also there was Nathaniel Hackett being a moron. But I think the 49ers get this one done. Let's say 24-10. Seahawks, Rams roll. I think they just got their asses kicked by a better team, but I think they are a way better team than the Falcons. I feel like they are angry, and they're going to take that out on the Falcons. I'm going to say the Rams score like 30-9. So I feel like it's going to be some crazy shit with the Rams asserting their dominance. Falcons, it's going to be a long season. Cardinals Raiders. This is another one that's kind of a toss-up for me. I have this weird feeling the Cardinals are going to get it done in this game. I'm going to say like 31-28. I feel like both teams are going to go off. I think it's going to be a fun, high-flying kind of game. I think overall the Raiders are going to be the better team this season. Probably have a better season. Like, they might sneak into the playoffs. For whatever reason, I just don't see it for the Cardinals. So yeah, like I said, like 31-28. Next is Texans-Broncos. I feel like I should pick the Broncos, but I'm, for some weird reason, feeling Houston. It's one of those weird gut feelings, and honestly, I think a lot of it was seeing Nathaniel Hackett mismanage the end of the game on Monday. If he learns from that, because it very well may have just been like, this is first game jitters, made a terrible decision. He's like, okay, I've learned from my stupidity. And then, he's great the rest of the way. It also could be a sign of things to come. I am picking the Texans on the assumption it is a sign of things to come. And, Davis Littlefoot, long neck Mills, just like gets it done, I guess. Let's pick a score. Let's say 20-17. Bengals Cowboys. I can still call them the Bengals after what the fuck I saw on Sunday. Joe Burrow stuck up the joint. Evan McPherson was missing kicks. They played like trash, but they are playing a Cowboys team without Dak. This is a get-right game for the Bengals. I think they go back to being the Bengals after this week. I think they roll like 28-6. I think they're going to destroy the Cowboys. But Micah Parsons is still going to have a good game. I'm going to say he gets like 3 sacks, maybe like a fumble recovery. Maybe the Cowboys score a touchdown on defense, but I think their offense is toast. Bears-Packers. Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. That's really all there is to say to it. His receivers did not look great week 1. Aaron Rodgers did not look great. He looked like week 1 Aaron Rodgers, but I think they get better as the season goes on. I think they get more used to each other. Not a super high scoring game from them, but they still win like 21-17, 21-10. Titans-Bills. I think the Titans overall are going to be fine. I think the Bills, to me, the Bills this year remind me of the Saints the year after the Minnesota Miracle. They had a shitty playoff loss, and they were an angry team and let everyone know it. Bills are going to be crazy this year. I'm going to say like they win this game like 35-24. And I'm just about out of time here, but Vikings-Eagles, I have the Vikings winning. I think Justin Jefferson is going to go off. This is when we're going to learn was it more the Lions offense or the Eagles defense? I'm going to say the problem is the Eagles defense. Vikings win 30-27.